Here we have a 2024 and a 24 registration Neoplan P20 Tourliner 2 55 seat PSVR compliant executive coach. So we are up at Casa del Rio in Cumbria, looking at this former demonstrator that's just appeared in the yard, as if by magic, like Mr. Ben, which we're offering for sale. Not been used by Rias, bought to sell really. Finished in this, I don't know what I want to say. I was going to say sort of a graphite metallic, but it's got a brown tinge to it as well. Very smart colour, to be honest. I do like it. That's better. I'm gonna sneeze, excuse me a sec. No, it's gone. Durabright alloy wheels are fitted. I believe, but this is only what I've been told, that they only fit Durabrights to demonstrators. To stock, they fit polished. But that's just something I've been told. I don't know. Power operated centre continental doors fitted. Listen, it's as good as new, this vehicle, in all honesty. It's not even done what I'd call demo mileage, but we'll get to that shortly. Under the bonnet, Euro 6 MAN engine, bulletproof. That's driven through a ZF Ecolife fully automatic gearbox, which, from a driving perspective, makes it far better than the Tipmatic that used to be in this product. Just, they were always, like, when you were pulling away from a roundabout, you had to, like, think about it, where these are just foot down and off. Reverse cameras fitted. Back down the near side again. I wouldn't paint this if I had a different livery. I'd just put some vinyl on in my style to match the livery. You've got side mounted wheelchair lift over the drive axle. That for me is brilliant engineering. Why? Because it doesn't take up any luggage space. So you've got parallel opening lockers, and you've still got the full, very generous luggage space. LED destination displays are fitted to front, side and rear. My only question is, when it's factory done, why not put it in the stretch panel? Because that's blocking somebody's view. I don't like that. That for me needs addressing by the manufacturer. Anyway, as we jump on board, 55 keel reclining seats. They are fitted with 3-point seat belts, half leather trim in my favourite colours. Do you know if them curtains had been grey, would have been a different bus? Anyway, again, my opinion. Now, the system's changed here because you've got your wheelchair space. You've got every seat from here backwards, which is probably a little bit of overkill. Tips like that. And rather than in the past where you had to take the seat out, now literally you put your foot on that pedal and you slide. So it's far easier if you have to do it on the fly, if that makes sense. You know, you're not having to drag seats out, you just slide. And you scrunch them all up together and you get your wheelchair space. I'm not quite sure why, because your wheelchair literally goes there. I'm not quite sure why we need to go any further back than here, personally. But hey, I didn't build it. So, you've got USB connectors at every seat. Obviously on the slidey bits, they're at the side wall. Everywhere else, they'll be hiding under the seat. You can just make them out between the footrests down there. Trays to the seat backs, integrated trays as well, so they're not kind of hanging, or they're not like an afterthought, you know what I mean? For me, Tourliner 2 is a massive step up from a Tourliner 1. One of my criticisms with the Tourliner 1 is that everything that wasn't a seat, so all like here and literally everything was pale blue, and then like a beige colour down the middle. So if you had a seat that had blue in it, it worked, or grey. Stick red in, it looked ridiculous. So with the Tourliner 2, they've gone with softer fabrics, but obviously it's fabric, you can have the colour that matches the rest of the coach. So that's a big step up for me. What else we've got? We've got centre sunken toilet unit, your usual Germanic Frenzel hot drinks facility. Now we're on like a digital display now with these, rather than lots of dials and what have you. So again, it's moving forward, but it's also, in another sense, something else to go wrong. So there's two ways of looking at that. You know, call me a skeptic if you like. We're wired for DVD. We've got 2 fixed monitors on board. Wood effect flooring with a carpet to the centre aisle. Little bit of wasted space there for me. You could give a bit more leg room, couldn't you, if you move that up? But getting back to this model, for me, on the market today, this is the best touring spec coach available. I think it's great from a passenger perspective. It's roomy, it's airy, you know, it feels big. You don't feel claustrophobic on it. I think from a driving perspective, beautiful to drive, dead smooth, you know, dead responsive, driver-friendly vehicle. See what I mean about the destination displays? For me, that's just an afterthought. It's poor, you know. MAN, for a lot of people, the jury's out. For me, MAN had to get Euro 6 right, or else MAN won't be here anymore. After the debacle with Euro 5, and I think the people who are buying Euro 6 MANs are going back and buying more. People who are buying this products are going back and buying more. That says a lot to me. The MAN engine, Euro 6, is bomb-proof. Couple that with a ZF Ecolife, and I think you've got a great drive line. Now, we're back to the future again. Camera mirrors, right? Optivision, it's called. I'm not convinced. And the main reason I'm not convinced is the perspective it gives you. It makes everything look closer, so you think you've reversed up to something, and when you get out, you're 6 foot away. I think it's something that you need to get used to, and I think we will get used to it eventually. I just think that from a driver, if you're in one of these one day, conventional mirrors the day after, and you're swapping and changing, it'll be difficult. You need to be in one or the other, if that makes sense. Dashboard's great, multifunction steering wheel, everything just sensibly laid out. Great cockpit for the driver. All you can see is the centre door camera at the minute, but that's a multimedia system there. It's got Bluetooth connectivity. There's also DVD player tucked away as well. A lot of vehicles aren't coming with DVDs anymore. And for me, I think these days, DVDs and monitors are a thing of the past. I think everybody has their own screen. Nobody's interested in what... They're great for, like, public service announcements, safety announcements, the forthcoming legislation for next stop technology on rail replacement. But I think beyond that, they're a thing of the past, because everybody has their own screen. You've got lane departure warning, you've got automated emergency braking system, you've got a fridge in the dash. Finally, we've got a courier seat. One thing we should remember as we jump off, from what I can gather, the order book for Tourliners for 2025 is closed. The full. Okay? You can't get a Turismo. I've been told this morning that Moby's the same. I could be wrong, I'm only going off what I'm told, but what we've got to bear in mind is that you can't just go out these days and rock up at, like we used to, at Anston, where there's 50 Panthers and all you've got to pick is what colour seats you want. Those days are gone. If you're not ordering 18 months in advance, you ain't getting new. So stuff like this doesn't come up very often. So keep that in mind. We've also got, just to bear in mind, for next spring we will have some new stock of this product. I think we've got 2 available. if anybody wants to register an interest. But for now, we've got this, and it is a 2024 Honor 24 registration, Neoplan P20 Tourliner 2 55 seat PSVR compliant executive coach.